You're listening to Beyond the Feed, the podcast where we break down exactly how we use cinematic photo and video to build trust, visibility, and authority for real businesses on social media.
We're Parker and Justin from Prime Edge Media. We created the Trust Catalyst content marketing system to help mission-driven brands stop looking invisible and start showing up like the business they actually are.
No theory, no fluff, just real strategy pulled straight from the work that we do in the field every single week.
If you care about how your brand shows up online, you're in the right place.
So without further ado, quiet on set please, and action. Guys, welcome back to Beyond the Feed for episode 10. We're at double digits.
We made it!
Hell yeah. So today we are talking about how to kill it on camera. So we have a list of things sitting in front of us very professionally in our notes app here. By the way, guys, this is all coming from us on set. So this is not coming from like us, recording our own content or whatever, even though there are a couple things that apply to both. These are all directly from what we say to people on set. So these are not the things that like we think about because we do it all the time. So we've had a lot of people ask that. So first off, I tell this to everybody. It's not live. It's not a live broadcast unless it is. In which case, by the way, one of the easiest ways to get comfortable on camera is actually filming lives.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
It's
I
one of
think
my
they're
favorite
very,
things.
very important to do, like for small content creators just starting. Like go onto your Facebook Live. You may only have like 2 or 3 people, but it forces you into that environment where you have to keep talking and coming up with points or whatever. Great practice.
Yeah. Same with Instagram Live too, especially because Instagram Live, I think, only shows up in the stories.
Oh yeah.
So I think, don't quote me on that, I don't know, but I think that's what it is, because Facebook will notify you if someone goes live.
Oh yeah, it does.
I think Instagram does now too. So yeah, like if you want to get used to it and you want a lot of people to watch your content that are following you, definitely go live. Yeah. But while you're recording, understand it is not a live broadcast. You can mess up, you can edit, and with all of the platforms now having their own version of an editing software, there's absolutely no excuse.
Yeah. Next on the list is look at the camera. Okay.
You
a lot of
mean like
people. Yeah, a lot of people, they'll have the screens flipped and they're looking at the screen, looking at themselves to see how their hair looks, how they look. Look into the lens because at the end of the day, that's where your audience is. Look into the lens. It'll allow you to connect with people a lot easier. Don't look at the screen.
Yeah, and the fun part, if you're doing like a podcast like this or doing some sort of interview, you can look at the person who you're talking to. But if you're doing it solo, you have to be looking at here. Switch to this camera. You have to be looking at the camera. And yes, it is very difficult to do this because right now I'm staring down the barrel of a lens. It's not natural for me to be doing. In fact, I'm looking at my own face in the reflection of the lens. It sucks. I hate this. But you have to, because this feels like I'm talking to you. This does not. And I'm literally just looking at where the viewfinder would be. So, and I can't see my viewfinder, but yeah, that's one of the best things to do is flip your viewfinder.
Yeah, definitely flip it. And now when we do shoot our content for clients, we have them look slightly off camera because it feels a little bit simpler and authentic. Almost more like an interview style video.
Yeah, it's only if we're doing interview style,
yeah,
not talking head.
Yeah, if it's not talking head. And it makes them a lot more comfortable, like especially if it's their first time, they don't have to look right down the barrel. But in order to connect with your audience, look right down the barrel of the lens. Got to get used to it.
Yeah, and like while it's fun to watch like us direct, where if they're not looking where they need to be, we just get right behind the camera.
Yeah, I was just like... And look right here. Look at my eyes. The camera's right there, but don't look at the camera. Just look at me.
But yeah, if you're filming your own talking head, that's another solid tip is instead of filming selfie style, film like this.
Yeah. Yep.
Next point. Do not write yourself a script. Please.
Please don't.
Please don't. Because one, you sound scripted because you are, but also you never get it right. Ever. It never sounds natural. It just puts a fuckload of pressure on you that you don't need. So instead, write yourself bullet points, like just a couple words. Just I need to like we did here. We made a whole list. You know, we're not sitting here scripting the entire episode. We're just talking about the main points and trusting that we know what we're talking about enough to be able to do that. And that's one thing that we tell people all the time is just trust your own ability to talk about the thing that you do. Because you know everything. Like, one of my favorite things from Alex Hormozy was like talking about the familiarity that you gain with different things, like the knowledge that you get just by being around it.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, his mom was an eye doctor. So he knows a ton of stuff about vision.
Yep.
You know, me, like because I'm fractional CMO at a side-by-side manufacturer that works out of an auto shop, I'm in there all the time, and I know more about cars now than I ever have just from hearing the guys talk about different things.
Yeah.
And now, after 2 years, I can actually have somewhat of a coherent conversation about cars with them that, you know, doesn't sound like I'm a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of what happens. So when you think about that in accordance with what you do, you have to start thinking about like, okay, well, I mean, if I'm a realtor, I know a hell of a lot more about selling homes than most people, right? So instead of like scripting out this whole thing, acting like I don't know what I'm doing, instead, I'm just going to bullet out the things that I want to talk about and trust that I'm going to talk about the right things. Because at the end of the day, if you're the subject matter expert, you need to act like it. And if you're not, you should not be filming content on it.
Now, with that, because you know your stuff so well and you know your industry and what you do, a lot of times we find ourselves rambling and we kind of lose energy. We lose the intensity behind what we're saying because we live it every day. It's the consistency that we exist in. So the big thing that we try to get across to our clients is plan for about 20% more energy than you would expect, because it really shows through on the camera. A lot of times when we're talking about all the stuff that we know and we're in every single day, we lose that energy because it is mundane at that point. But your viewer, it is something new. They don't know what you're talking about, so they need the energy behind it to gain interest.
Yeah, next is authenticity over perfection. Hey, Justin, I'll let you explain what you had to do last Wednesday for a presentation, and then share with the class what the feedback was after watching this video. And by the way, like, talk about what the video is. Tell the people where to find it.
So the presentation, we have networking groups, and we're supposed to give 10-minute presentations every now and again on us and then our services. But we had just launched our new video sales letter, which is basically a 10-minute video that breaks down everything we do, how it works, why we do it, etc.
It's on the Trust Catalyst system.
It's on our Trust Catalyst system, which is the system we use for all the content for our clients. And you can find it on our website at primagemedia.com. But at the end of the day, we sat there and I just made this networking group watch through this 10-minute video instead of me talking for 10 minutes. And
by the way, hold on. One of the best pieces I think I've ever made.
It's very good. It is very
so good. I make about one really good long form piece a year, and that was it.
So by the end of the video, the main takeaway was that people in the networking group didn't like the fact that Parker was swearing. And
how many times did I swear, by the way?
2 or 3 times?
Twice!
Yeah, twice.
It was twice.
Twice in this 10-minute video.
How many of those were fuck?
None.
Exactly.
They weren't. So a couple of the people were like, oh, you know, you probably should tone down the swearing. West Michigan businesses aren't really attuned to that. I'm like, well, one of our key points of our business is being authentic, and Parker likes swearing, so he's going to swear a little bit. It's just how it is. And guess what? We attract clients that don't mind swearing. So
yeah, we had 7 clients in that room?
Yeah, there's a handful for sure. So just be authentic, be you. Don't try to think you have to play a role, play a character to cater to what you think people want to hear. Just be yourself, and it'll come through a lot better on camera.
Because we have almost 20 clients now that have, since last October of 2024, whenever you guys are seeing this, right now it's October of 25, which is fucking insane to me. We've had people that have been in the Trust Catalyst system since then. Every single person client, every single client that we've signed has stayed with us up until now.
Which
Okay,
is
and-
wild.
And the last client that we signed was like 3 months ago. So every single one of them, including the people in that room, know that I swear like a sailor, and that just is what it is, and they don't give a fuck.
No. And the good news is I balance this out. I used to swear a lot more than I do now, but now I got him to just kind of do it for me, and I don't need to.
You know what's funny? Me too.
Really? Yeah. So I've toned you down a little bit.
Yeah. You have. All right. Next one. And this kind of piggybacks off that, but stop saying filler words, please. And by the way, I'm
what?
kind of
Like what?
like
What are some good filler words? I don't know. I can't think of any.
yeah. So don't do that.
Don't do that.
And you're like, well, but Parker, what do I do if I can't say and 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 well?
Wait. You hear that? Silence. It's a very powerful tool, guys. Just don't say anything. If you feel like you need to pause for a second to gather your thoughts, do it, because guess what? Editing is a magical tool.
Well, and also, if you think about it, see, and I even struggle with this. So it's very natural for a lot of people to do that because that's just kind of how we talk a lot of the time. But if you think about it, I follow, as our producer's laughing at me. I can't.
Now we're gonna see it all over the place.
I can't even get through it. I follow Charisma on Command. That was something that was super prevalent. I think through 2018 to 2020-ish, and he kind of fell off. But one of the things that he talks about is how a lot of confident people in this day and age, they don't say filler words. They just pause, gather their thoughts, and command their presence. So it also makes you look a lot more confident.
I think the biggest thing is when we want those gaps to be filled, it's just because we feel like we have to keep go. Because if we don't, we're going to lose people's attention. When in reality, when you give that slight pause, it gives your viewer an opportunity to think about what you just said. And then you pick it up again and it gets them right back into the pace of listening to you. And then you pause again and then they reflect on what you said prior. And it's just a good continuous rhythm, really, more than anything.
And we'll make this the lesson of the week. Most editing softwares nowadays, even the what we would consider the shitty ones, on your phone, what is it called? Clips or edits or whatever for Instagram now. You can use those and use the AI within them to remove pauses automatically.
Not only pauses, but it can remove filler words too.
Yeah, like Opus and
Premiere even does it. Yep.
I think CapCut does too.
Yeah, it'll remove ums, likes, your nose. So it's very powerful now. So moving on to the next one. And this is an important one, and we learned this recently with one of our clients. Wear what you are comfortable in. If you put on an outfit and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're immediately looking at problem points on your body where you're like, no, do not wear that outfit. For your own sake, and if you're working with a company like us, wear something you are completely comfortable in and covers any parts of your body that you're not so confident in.
Yeah. That's why I switched to t-shirts, because if you know me in my personal life, it's hoodies and jeans.
Yep.
And in the summer, it's a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel as confident wearing a polo or even dressing. I do like dressing up in a blazer and stuff like that on occasion, but every day I don't like wearing a collared shirt.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. So I switched us all over to these t-shirts.
Yeah. Which, thank you. I didn't mind. I don't mind. I look good in a polo, but I'm a beanpole, so.
Well, I think everybody looks good in a polo. Yeah. I just don't like wearing them, So I switched us all over to these and a few different dry fit ones, and it just, it works, and I was worried about losing our professionalism. But even when we go to somewhere like an event or a gala or whatever, yeah, we'll wear a polo and dress slacks.
Yeah.
Fine. But for 95% of our shoots.
Yeah.
This is fine.
And we work with a lot of contractors, so those guys
That's
are
true.
messy anyways. Like, we're just there trying to blend in more than anything.
Well, and the cool part about our industry is most people are used to wearing hoodies and sweatpants.
Yes,
without the production company's name on them.
Which this is an observation we made in the wild of people actually on set. It's not just us coming up with it.
Oh yeah, there's a company, I'm sure you know who they are, called Onset Black. What do they have on their website?
Just black sweatpants,
Black fucking sweatpants,
black sweatshirts, and that's it.
I hate it. Anyway, before I raise my blood pressure too much. So, if you find yourself tripping over your words, take a deep breath. Because what we've noticed that we find both ourselves and our clients doing is when you start not quite knowing what to say and you just start talking faster and faster and faster and you fill it with a bunch of ums and ahs and whatevers, you don't know what the hell you're saying because you can't process what you're saying. And you're already trying to be like, okay, what am I doing with my hands? And, and am I looking at the camera correctly? And am I keeping time here? And am I doing this? Am I doing that? You're already thinking about those things. So just slow down.
Reset. More than anything. Just do a reset and then start going into it again. Because what we all do is we mentally project like the words we're going to say before we say them. And once you just start going faster and faster and faster, the words are trying to catch up faster and faster and you just get lost. So take your time, take a breath, maybe even think out the next sentence or two. That way you have a basis to start on and then let your experience on the topic take over from that point.
And last but not least, this is my favorite thing. If all else fails, just know that shitty content does not get watched.
Yep.
Because good content doesn't get watched
Nope.
at the time.
It doesn't. Unless you're highly consistent in creating high quality content, then it can start getting watched. But the majority of the time, even if you're messing up and it's just clunky and not great, post the video, get it out there. You'll have a few people watch it and then it gets lost in the feed forever. Most people are not going to go back onto your page and watch those old pieces of content. So don't stress about it.
And 2 points here. One, if anybody is willing to talk shit about your content and how you look or what you said, or you sound stupid, you look stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, go to their page and see how many pieces of content that they have published in the same way. I bet you it's fucking zero. And secondly, if you zoom out far enough, you can't even see the earth. So is it really a problem?
Probably not. No.
So this has been episode number 10 of Beyond the Feed. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found something helpful in any of the giant list that we just gave you. If you guys want to support us, please join the private Facebook group. We have a lot of cool stuff going on in there. First of all, behind the scenes content. So you get to see a lot of bloopers and stupid shit that we do.
There's
while
some
we're
good
recording.
stuff. There's some good stuff.
And you also get exclusive episodes, Q&As. You get to ask whatever questions that you want, and we'll answer them live. And then we also have early uploads as well. So everybody gets our episodes of Beyond the Feed in the group at 6 p.m. on Friday. And then everyone else gets them at 9 a.m. on Monday. So you get the entire weekend to implement whatever it is that we have taught you. And here's the best part. It's free.
It is free.
It is free. And we do that just because we want some exclusivity here. We want you guys to feel like you're a part of something cool, because at the end of the day, what this podcast is designed to do is it's designed to be a platform where you can actually learn what's working out in the field from people who are doing this every single day. It's not theory. It's not bullshit that we found on ChatGPT. It's not some shit that we found from someone else that we're regurgitating 10 times over. This is all shit that we do in the field every single day, and I think that there needs to be more of that. So if you guys enjoyed this, please share it with a friend who you feel like could benefit from this. You can find this on Spotify, on YouTube, and on Facebook in that group. It's all free to join. It's free to watch. And moving forward, we also have a really cool thing that we just made. We spent about 3 months on it. It's called the Social Media Trust Index. This is the same thing that we use to measure all of our incoming prospects' social media presences in-house, and we just made it public. So we definitely spruced it up a lot. We made it a lot more concise and a lot easier for you to do yourself in under 60 seconds. And not only does it tell you where you are, but it tells you what to do in whatever phase that you're in to move forward. So if you guys want to check that out, it is free on our website. There is no opt-in. All we ask for is your first name and your email so that we can email you your results. That's it. So if you want to go take that, it's on the homepage of primagemedia.com, and it's also down below. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one.